All right, guys, welcome back. We are now in the self-reflection portion of the day. Get excited. What is today? June 16th, 2020, self-reflection. And today, I'm reflecting on this little seed that has grown for me. Now, I've made a point recently to, instead of just calling this self-therapy, call it reflection, because you never want to get your focus, right? We talk about these 4 levels constantly. And remember, in these videos, I'm going really in-depth, really advanced, right? This is not a simple parable to teach. This is me just doing my own thing in my own brain with all my crazy brain thoughts. And you can follow along if you feel like it. But we have these 4 levels, right? I'm always thinking about physical, mental, emotional, focus, consciousness, focus, consciousness, same thing. In that order are the levels of function, and they become progressively harder and harder to control, right? Physical body, you can really control, right, what goes into your body and how you use it, but it's not as easy as you might think, right? Like to stay in shape and do stuff. Mentally, it's pretty hard to control your thoughts. Emotionally, it's extraordinarily hard to control your emotions. Consciousness, it's like a ludicrously challenging game of consciousness, human existence. That's like the ultimate level. So the reason I'm saying this is because from a consciousness perspective, even when I'm doing things to improve myself, I want to keep my consciousness focused on the growth, focused on the opportunity, on the expansiveness. I don't want to tunnel vision myself on saying this is a problem, I need to fix it. And so I used to call these kind of self-therapy. In fact, even if you look there in the title, I still have it self-therapy. I'll probably change it to self-awareness or self-reflection. And so we're going to do some more awareness today. And I'm telling you, right, this is kind of going into my workout section, but I'm just reflecting today on how proud I am, like on how, not proud from an accomplishment perspective, but on how exciting it is to start to see a little growth in my body. And now, what do I mean by that? Well, like, I know you can't see it here, but since I've been working out, I've been doing these hard workouts for about 4 weeks now, and the abs for about 2. And I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this, so I'm just not even going to show you, but you can look at my workout videos to see my body progress. But my legs, and sorry if I went away from the mic there, my legs are in better shape than they've ever been. You know, working out your legs is hard. When you work out your legs, it essentially it exhausts your body. You know, if you've ever done a bajillion squats in a day, you know that for 3 days you can barely walk. Your legs hurt so bad. You're so tired. It affects everything. And so I went through a few weeks ago, about 3 and 4 weeks ago, I went through 2 weeks of doing these intense leg workouts, and I honestly couldn't do anything else during the day because I was working my body so hard, including my legs, right? I was doing upper body too. But upper body, your body will recover pretty quickly. You can I can get a little bicep, and that's not like too hard, right? But legs will just slaughter your energy. And so I moved through that challenge. In the past couple of weeks, I've been getting stronger and stronger. And I looked down at my legs last night, and I really saw some muscle definition. And that sounds like a trivial thing, but it's actually extraordinarily important. And so this is a little game I'm going to teach you right now. In the game of consciousness, where do you want your focus to be? You want your focus to be on things that are intrinsically rewarding because they're real and reality, physics-based. You want your consciousness to be on those things, and then you want your consciousness to naturally see the implication of those positive things so that it continues to be happier, more expansive, and you do more. So this all ties into my whole change yourself, then change your life, world, achieve your dreams, whatever. Same thing here. Now, again, I guess I'll stand up, but I don't think you guys can really see this. But the point is that my legs just got a little bit of muscle definition. So I've just got a little bit of quadricep here, right? And my calf is a lot thinner and there's less fat. And I will not burden you with this, but I even have stretch marks, right? I've never had these before, but I guess I was a little bit poofy enough. I have stretch marks on my back, butt area, and in my groin where I'm losing weight and getting my legs in shape. And so the reason I'm telling you all this TMI personal information is because of, first of all, 2 things. One, how joyful it is for me. I put through all this sweat and tears knowing, right, that it would pay off. Knowing. This is the beauty about working with your body. If you're struggling mentally, I'm trying to level my hand out, but since the mirror is reversed, I keep making it higher. If you're struggling mentally, emotionally, or in terms of your consciousness, what you want to do is you always want to bring it back to the physical and get some baseline on the physical so you can really understand the principles at play. Right? And so here's the point. I was struggling in terms of seeing my business grow, in terms of seeing my personal progress grow. I was just struggling, a little confused. We all are sometimes. But going to this workout has taught me so much. One of the things it's taught me, right, is that the work does pay off. I've done these about 4 weeks of hard work on these workouts. And just last night, I just looked down at that leg, and I could consciously notice a huge difference, right? Some of the baby fat was gone, okay, which is amazing. And just standing straight up, I could just see it was the shape of an athletic leg, which sounds kind of funny, right? And if you're watching me on camera and you just see me kind of with my upper body hunched over trying to talk at the microphone, you might not really see a difference in my body. But I see a huge difference in my body chemistry these four weeks that I've been working out. And what's so beautiful about that is that now I'm so excited. Like, the joy of seeing this is so much more than you can imagine. The joy of seeing this leg, like just seeing my body and feeling it, like every sense in my body, every level of everything is sensing how excited I am about this athleticness in my leg, which is so funny. And there's a couple things going on here that I'm reflecting on. Number one, the reason this is so beautiful, right, is not because the achievement means anything, but it's because it shows me that I can really trust the laws of physics. Now, this is funny, right? It's really funny, but that's what life is all about. It's not about finding a fake positivity. It's about seeing the real laws of physics in work for personal growth, okay? And so what I'm seeing is that I put in 4 hard weeks on these legs, right? I went through a ton of pain, right? I was sweating so much. You can see the YouTube videos. It's not easy, right? I look like a little hunchback hermit trying to do these hard workouts when I'm not in good enough shape. But I'm seeing the results. And so it's not like I did the workouts because I enjoy feeling healthy and I enjoy working out. And now I see this, right? This is the result of me enjoying working out. And now I see, oh my gosh, like the world really does make sense. If I work out hard enough, I really do get these amazing results in my body. And that's wonderful. It's incredible. It's outstanding. It's amazing, right? And it's just so beautiful. And so the thing I'm thinking right now is not, wow, I did a good job, or wow, I'm the best, or wow, I'm the smartest, etc., etc. What I'm thinking right now is, oh my goodness, like it worked. The laws of physics worked. And so if you go back to that gardening parable I taught a week ago or so, what you'll see is that this was planting a seed, and because I experimented on my physical body, which is again the lowest of the levels, the easiest to perceive, I was able to observe this law of physics, right? This law of growth, that if you put in the work and grow and suffer through an initial pain period, then you'll start to get this massive exponential growth, guys. And so now I just look down at that and I'm like, I'm never going to stop working out, right? I tell you these decisions happen in a split second. I'm never going to stop working out because this is so beautiful. I'm so enraptured by it. It's just like seeing the laws of physics in effect is so beautiful. You want to know why you're so stressed and upset all the time? It's because you actually don't understand the laws of physics. You're not actually leveraging them. You live in a world where everybody denies the laws of physics and is in all this chaos, and they're all upset for no reason, right? When the laws of physics don't say that. And then there's a meta-learning that I'm really obsessed with right now. Number one, I'm just so excited about this leg. I've had 3 days off from working out, and I'm so excited to go back. I've got a pull-up bar finally, so I don't have to do pull-ups on a broom that breaks. By the way, I broke a broom live on camera in one of my first workouts. I don't know if I actually posted it, but I did. So I've got a pull-up bar now, which is amazing, right? I can do an even better workout, get my arms and back a little bit more, which is great. And then I'm just so excited. Like I'm never going to stop working out now. Like this is the best workout regimen I've ever had. So thanks to Jeff Cavalier and AthleanX.com. He's a huge YouTuber. So if you go look up his YouTube, you know he's got 10 million plus subscribers, and his workouts are incredible and so good. So I'm so thankful for him. But there's something even better, right, that makes this pale in comparison, is what this physical thing has taught me, is that my judgment is sound, okay? Now, the truth is your judgment is always sound. It doesn't mean you're right about everything, but it means based on the facts you have, you should be able to trust what you perceive the future will be based on the facts you have. And something I've been doing for a long time, right? Streaming like this, making these videos, it's not easy making videos about the deep purpose of life when it's so much easier to get viewers when you're controversial or angry or upset or triggering, right? And so it's not easy for me to make content that is perhaps a little harder to catch fire than many other types of more, I don't know, what do you want to call it, hedonistic content or content for the moment, right? Because my content is deep. It's for the eternal, right? It's like for lifetime. And so it's not easy, and especially because I work mostly on myself. I'm still in the stage of my life, 4 years into my anxiety journey and my self-improvement journey, where the vast majority of the work I do is on myself, not for any output. And so it's hard to trust that I'm quitting my job. I'm putting this pressure on my wife. I'm growing my businesses that I now depend on. I am investing so much in myself and my own energy, right? And I'm doing all this and I'm scared, right? You'll always be scared that if I go all out, what if it doesn't work, right? And again, it's not about whether it works or not, but the real fear is, what if I really think I'm going to put in all this work on the YouTube channel, I'm going to put in all this work on the coaching, I'm going to put in all this work on the Facebook Lives, I'm going to put in all this work building people up, I'm going to put in all this work on myself. What if somehow there's a glitch in the laws of physics and I don't get the rewards that I know will come from that work, right? This is what's been going on in my head. And I know that's a little advanced, but this is what's been going on in my head is I'm always been a little worried of I know, right? Based on the pain I'm experiencing, based on the struggle I'm going through to make these changes in my life, to force them to happen, to make things the way I want, right? Based on all of that, I know that there should be ridiculous results. That's why I call my brain Liberated Millionaire, even though I'm not a millionaire yet, right? My net worth is not $1 million yet, and yet I'm building this brand where I anticipate making at least $10 million a year. That's just something that when my mind thinks it, it's not something I want or care about. It's that my mind says Woody's potential, the things he could do for the world, easy $10 million a year or more. So I just see that as something that I can, it's just something that seems obvious to me that I can do, okay? This is a guy who has 3 YouTube subscribers telling you this right now, by the way. And so I've always been scared, right? First I was scared it was arrogant, but now I don't care, right? But then I was scared, well, what if I just do all this great work, but it doesn't pay off? What if there's just some glitch in the universe and nobody ever watches one of my videos and it never works and I'm this failure and it's unexplainable and I'm the only person in the world who the laws of physics just failed? We all have this kind of deep irrational fear like that, right? Deep inside of us. And so what I'm doing now is today I'm having this beautiful realization that the laws of physics always operate. The gravity doesn't just stop, right? The laws of physics always happen. And my own judgment is in a way a type of physics. My own brain calculating things, projecting, making projections, trusting what it can do. And now I've proven that to myself with my physical body. Mental Health 101 is going to be coming up, and I'm actually postponing it. It was supposed to be in 2 days. I'm going to email the list and just say, hey, it's postponed for a few months because I'm just working on this stream and getting my own routine down because that's the most important thing. I can't change other people's worlds or other people's lives if I'm not changing myself first. So I've still got a little more self-work to do before I release that content, just so you know. But this is why my Mental Health 101 course is using all physical body metaphors, is because the physical body is the best vehicle to teach the higher principles because it all operates the same. It's all just physics. And so what I've learned today is that the physics, right, is I worked really hard for 4 weeks on my workouts. Really hard. I was exhausted. I was waking up at 5 a.m. every morning. I stopped that and started waking up at 8 because my body literally needed 3 more hours of sleep to get through these leg workouts because the legs were using so much energy. And so I'm literally sleeping more, right? I'm putting off certain things, certain obligations, all to focus on myself. And here at the end, right, I see this noticeable difference, just a glimmer, right? This leg definition, even more than my arms or upper body, because I feel those feel stronger, but I've done that before. But getting this kind of definition in my leg and seeing an athletic leg down there after 4 weeks of working out, it changes everything because now I see, yes, the laws of physics work. The laws of physics work. And guess what that means for my coaching brand? Guess what that means for my big vision for the future? Guess what that means? It means that even if I'm just the one-off crazy person who thinks I can do amazing things, the laws of physics say it's going to work, guys, because I'm in here experiencing it. So this is why you always have to trust your direct experience. It doesn't mean you're always going to know everything. It doesn't mean you're going to get everything right. But what you want to do is be using your physical body to learn the laws of physics and see cause and effect in action, and then ascend up that chain of mentally starting to trust your mind, and then trust that your mind is right about what you can do, and then trust your emotions, and then trust your consciousness and how you should be thinking. And so I'm applying this, right? This is super advanced, but I'm saying, wow, I trusted the laws of physics and I did these really hard leg workouts for 4 weeks in a row. Now I really see a beautiful increase in energy and a beautiful definition in my leg. It's only going to grow. It's only been 1 month. I got the rest of my life to keep working out. How high could I go? Mentally, it's like, wow, I really think I could make these huge brands and do this amazing stuff in the world. Well, I was right about that little leg definition, so of course I'm right about this. Emotionally, well, I've always felt that I could be happy all the time. Why would we ever be unhappy? Why would anyone be unhappy? That doesn't make any sense. I should be happy all the time. We can talk about death and racism and poverty and homelessness and war and all these challenges in life, but we can still be happy while we do it. That's always made sense to me. That's the physics of it to me. It seems right. My direct experience says it's right. So wow, if that leg thing was right, then this is right. And then my consciousness, it's like, well, what do I focus on? I don't want to focus on the same things as other people. I'm going to never watch the news again. I'm going to never focus on people who are creating negativity just for attention. I'm never going to focus on that. And it's scary and it's terrifying. But guess what? I was able to get this leg workout, right? The laws of physics worked for that. So I think the laws of physics in my direct experience are going to work on my focus. And so that's the excitement I feel today. That's the reflection I feel today. Is like, honestly, I've been a little nervous about getting back to my workout because I've taken a few days off and I've been a little allergies and my nutrition's been off. But then I just looked at my legs last night and I felt my upper body, which feels stronger too. And I'm just like, the laws of physics work. They work. Wow. And I guess one last point. This has been a kind of long morning ranting, but and I do like, man, I'm always like, man, more people need to be listening to this because this stuff is so good and so deep. The other thing that grates on me, let me collect my train of thought. I had something and now I've already forgotten what I was going to say. The other thing that's so important, right? As we connect all of this, and I hope you're watching this back and watching multiple of my videos at once because you're just going to watch this like self-referential web of like ideas that all connect with each other. I actually watch my own videos on a daily basis to reprime myself because that's always been my goal is live everyday life, create a self-referential system of coaching which also coaches me so that I'm automatically getting better every day. Just another way I've rigged life so that I always win, right? Is that I have my own self-referential coaching. I am my own best customer. I promise you, I have spent more time watching my own videos and taking my own courses than any of you have. So even if you've watched everyone, I've probably watched them multiple times. Anyway, so the last thing is, the reason most of us don't trust the laws of physics to work on self-improvement, on getting better, on taking a big leap in our lives, is because we actually don't want the laws of physics to be true. What do I mean by that? Okay? Well, what I mean is most of us have some kind of fantasy or desire that is not real based on the laws of physics, and we hold on to it, and therefore we completely shatter our ability to trust the laws of physics at all because we don't want it to be true. So for example, like in the most base sense, right? Let's say you go to the store and you buy $50 worth of lottery tickets, right? That's a great example of not wanting the laws of physics to be true. Because the laws of physics say there is no chance that is the right way to spend your money, right? That is money down the drain. It's dumb, you know? And I see even smart people, I mean, I'm censoring myself because I don't want to be judgmental, but like, people just go buy lottery tickets, and I'm like, why would you want to reinforce the belief that somehow your best way to get happier is to buy a ticket that might give you so much money it's going to ruin your life? Like, I hope you realize that if you win the lottery, your life is going to be ruined because the laws of physics will now no longer have any governance on your life, right? It's why so many people who inherit tons of money get ruined is because the laws of physics don't apply to them anymore. The laws of cause and effect, they have too much that they didn't earn, and so now it's like all messed up. Anyway, right? And so it's like buying a lottery ticket and wishing. It's not buying a lottery ticket, right? If you want to go buy a lottery ticket, buy a lottery ticket, right? If you're doing a fun thing with friends and family and you're like, oh, the jackpot's $200 million, let's all go buy one for community, right? Like, whatever. But if you spend even a moment fantasizing about actually winning, right? Now you have wished for the laws of physics to not be true. Because that is not a cause and effect. That is a 1 in, 100 million chance. And so when you do things, like that's the most extreme example, but I'll give you a simpler example, right? If you post something on social media and you want somebody to like it, and you're like, I just want 20 people to like this, right? Anytime you have a desire for something to happen just because you want it, you are denying the laws of physics, okay? The truth is, whatever you post, whatever you create, whatever you put out in the world, the laws of physics will govern exactly how it comes back to you, okay? It's just, if you post something really wonderful, then millions of people will watch it. If you post something really horrible, one person's going to watch it, right? You could post something really great, but not have great advertising like me, and maybe you have 10 people watch it, even if it's worth 1 million people watching it. You could post something terrible, but if you have really great advertising and a great brand, maybe 1 million people watch it. The laws of physics govern these things, not what you deserve or what you want. And so yes, the laws of physics are extraordinarily complex, right? They are stochastic, or whatever the word is for their variable, right? Anytime something happens in the world, it's based on a massive, infinitely huge matrix of variables which are all interacting with each other, and yet it is always the correct outcome of the laws of physics. And so the reason this leg thing is so great, and the reason I'm able to take this breakthrough from getting definition on my leg from my workouts and getting in shape and stuff, and then, becoming stronger in other areas and ascending all this pyramid until I'm like, oh, like I feel amazing, right? The reason I'm able to do all of that is because I have had the breakthrough of giving up on false desires, right? Essentially giving up on desires, period, right? My only desire is to express my fullest self and my most positive energy in each moment, and I'm doing that now. And since I'm doing that, I have no alternative desires, right? I have no desire for more people to join as YouTube subscribers. I have no desire to, speak in front of huge crowds. I have no desire for any of that. I'd enjoy it, but what I desire is to continue to observe the laws of physics and watch them happen and unfold in these beautiful ways for me. And so that's the reason, right? If you're wondering what's stopping you from this, it's because you don't actually want the laws of physics to be true. And as long as you have even a single desire that is a desire based on what you want, right? Based on what you need or think you need, then everything is toast, right? You're toast because you have a desire that's not based on the laws of physics, right? If you want something to happen, then you simply abandon all your desires and take the action required to give yourself the best probability based on the reality matrix of having that thing happen based on the laws of physics. And it works for everything. And so I know that's super deep, and I'm not perfect at this, by the way. I still do have desires. I'm not some perfect enlightened like Buddha yet, but I'm getting there because I work on it every day, and that's pretty cool. So guys, that's it for this section. That was my self-reflection. Again, I bet you've never heard someone talk so long about getting a little muscle definition on their leg and how much they extrapolated from that. But there's a lot of deep life lessons to be learned from that. And so I hope you enjoyed it. We're going to come back with the podcast episode after a short break, if I can ever get my mouse to reconnect and turn this thing off. All right. See you later, guys.